So hello everyone, welcome again. And today we are going to solve a new question. And this question belongs to our tree series. And the question is, we have to find that the given two trees are same or not. So we have been given the root of the two binary tree, which is P and Q, and we have to check if they are same or not. Here it is given that the two binary tree are considered to be same if they are structurally identical and nodes have the same values. So these are the two conditions on which we have to make sure that the given trees are same or not. Now let's understand how we can do this. So here you can see that I have taken the example one from the question. And this example you can see that the values at each and every step are same. That means the structure and the values are same. So how we can make sure? So you can simply use traversals and you can iterate in the both the tree, and we have to make sure that the values and structure are same. Now how we will do that? So first thing first, we have already have the root node. So when we have the root node, that means we can simply check their values. So first thing first, we have to first check that the values are same or not. If they are same, we move to the next step, and if they are not, we can simply return false. So after the checking of the root node, what we have the left part of the first tree and the left part of the second tree. Similarly, we have right part of the first tree and the right part of the second tree. Now, what if you can simply find out that these two, that means the left part of the first and second, are same tree, and the right part of the first and second are same tree. So, if we are able to know that these are same, that means we can simply say that the complete two trees are same. So, this is the overall logic or uppermost logic what we are going to do in this question. So, we are going to call a recursive function which is going to check for each and every node. That means we already been given a function which have the two root nodes. First is this and second is this. That means we have to find if these two trees are same or not. So what we can do, we can first check this two nodes, and we can again call two functions. First with the left node of the first tree and the left node of the second tree, and second function having the right node of the first tree and the right node of the second tree. So what these two functions are going to do is that they are going to check using the recursive call that if these two parts or the complete left part and the complete right part of the both tree are same or not. So if they return true, we can simply return true, and if they return false, then we can return false. So this is the overall idea. Now what are the functions, sorry, conditions? So the first condition is simple, that we have to first check every time that if their values are same or not, root values. So this is the not a main concern here. So in every recursive function, we have to make sure that we have a function which is going to give us an idea where our recursive call is going to stop. So in this question or in this part, what we can see that when we call a function, that means we are going to call the recursive call having this left part of the first tree and left part of the second tree. So let's consider this first case. That means there is a first recursive call which have the left node and the left node of the both the trees. Now what will happen? We will get a recursive call having this left node and left node. Now again what it will do? It will again call a left for this one and this one. So this is a second recursive call. That means first we have recursive call, then we have two different recursive calls, then these two recursive call are going to call for different two recursive calls. So it is also going to be a tree like a structure, because a recursion in this case is going to be a binary tree like a structure. So every time it is going to call two functions. Now what you can see that these two nodes are null. What it is null. So whenever you get that the both the root nodes which you have called are null, what it signifies that the structure here ends. That means the node previous to it which has called it is the leaf node. So what you can do, you can simply return true here. So this is the condition which we are going to check, that if that both the two nodes are null, then we can return true. And if any one is not null, that means there is a structure like 2, and here is going to be you can say 4. So if this is a type of a structure, that means what it implies that here is null and there is no null. So we have to return false here. So this is the stopping condition for this recursive call, and this is where the recursive call is going to work. So this is the overall structure how it is going to work. So every time we have to call for the left and the right. So now let's code it and understand how it is going to work. So what we have discussed is that we are going to first check that if our p val is not equals to q val. So what we have to do, we have to simply return false. And if not, then we move to the next step. And what is the next step is that we have to find the condition where we are going to check the stopping condition. So what is the stopping condition here? So basically we have to check it first. So we are going to check if our p val, you can simply write if our p is null, and if our p is null and our q is null. So if these two are null, what we can do, we can simply return true. And the second condition, that if our p is null, okay, small p is null or q is null. Okay, so here you can simply see that we have used the if condition. That means if these two are null, and if any one is null and one is not null, so what we can do, we can return. So if this is the condition, we can return false. Now after this, we are going to check for this condition, which is our condition to first validate the root node values. And if it is not equals, we can turn false. And if this is the not the if this is not case, that means these are equal. So in else part, what we can do, we can simply write return. What we can do, we can call two functions. So we are going to call for p left comma q left, and this is the first, and the second is going to be p right comma q right. So these are the two function call. And now what is the symbol between these two? So basically if any one node is going to give us false, then what we have to do, we have to return false. So we are going to use AND operator in between them. Now let's run this code. So this is accepted. Now let's submit this. So this is accepted. So this is the question for today, and in this question you can simply see we have simply used the simple logic behind the recursion in the tree part, and we have simply called the two recursions for the left and the right subtree, and we have simply checked if these two are same tree or not. And also we have used this this is our condition where we have to stop our recursion. So this is the question for today, and you are going to see the solution for both Python and Java. And let's meet up in the next video with a new interesting question related to tree. So thank you all.